All right, Shalom, this is Azimawah. First and foremost, I want to say Call Halayim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Harakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to the Bakyar scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. As as always, it's an honor and privilege to continue to do this work. Real quick, uh, who knows how many people actually watch my videos, but in case you picked up the last one, in the spirit, I didn't have a certain scripture. I believe I got it now. Um, no, is it Hosea? No, 5. I think it's 5. It was just in the back of my mind too. Well, I know how it goes now. Me, God. Yeah, because we're in the time in which you Israelites 4 and 12 I had it wrong. We're in a time where you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we're at the end. And since you rejected Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in your past lives, you're the children in which that curse is upon, man, coming back to live out that judgment. This is Amos chapter 4, verse 12. It says, therefore thus will I do unto thee, O Israel. Let me start in the verse. Well, actually, this goes into famine, which I have another article dealing with that I was going to do a little bit later. But I'll read it anyway, just for edification, and I'll go back into it the next video. But this is Amos chapter 4, verse 6. And I also have given you cleanness of teeth in all your cities, and want of bread in all your places. Yeah, because there's going to be a famine. I just came back from the grocery store. Food prices are skyrocketing, especially when it's dealing with poultry. You got long lines. Everybody's COVID conscious, because they don't have any faith, man. If you got to wear a mask to prevent from being sick or whatever, or COVID, that means you have no faith, man. Unless it's just like made mandatory, then okay, you got to follow Romans the 13th chapter, because that's the ordinance in which Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah ordained. It says, yet have ye not returned unto me, saith Yahweh. Because even though the world is in the condition that it's in, people are just going about their business, man. No one's trying to turn onto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And this is the best time to do it ever, because you can't go to church, you can't go to your synagogue, you can't go to your masjid. All those are eliminated, man. But the only ones that are out there, the only ones you can see are the ones of the men of the Lord, man, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who can still go out there on the highways and hedges and bring out this word. And also, YouTube hasn't restricted us yet, so there's still a chance. Verse 7, and also I have withholden the rain from you when there were yet 3 months to the harvest, and I caused it to rain upon one city, and caused it not to rain upon another city. One piece was rained upon, and the piece whereupon it rained not withered. So 2 or 3 cities wandered unto one city to drink water, but they were not satisfied. Yet have you not returned unto me, saith Yahweh. And you can see that, man, especially during the time, I think 2011, between 2011 and about 2013, man, there was a historical drought in California, in the Midwest, so on and so forth. And certain times during like the raining season, it'll rain on one city, but it won't rain on another, and vice versa, and it would go like that stretches of time, man. Verse 9, it says, I have smitten you with blasting and mildew when your gardens and your vineyards and your fig trees and your olive trees increase. Yeah, because when you're dealing in the field of agriculture, like I was once before, many moons ago, there's a lot of disease that these growers got to fight against, man, because they don't keep the land Sabbath, or they do the greenhouse thing, you know. So they even fight disease, they fight the bad weather, you know, they fight mildew, so on and so forth. Because hey, when you sell that produce or the product or the live good to any of these stores or to the people, they're not going to buy that, man. So therefore, you have to give the store credit, or you got to just scrap out the item, man. You know, and that's costing these businesses money, which in turn caused a lot of them to file for bankruptcy and go out of business. Says the palmer worm devoured them, yet have ye not returned unto me, saith Yahweh. I have sent among you the pestilence after the manner of Egypt. Your young men have I slain with the sword. So, hey, just like he said, he's going to smite Egypt, which I'm going to get real quick, with plagues as before, man. You know, and everything that's going on is a plague, man. You know, um, let me see. Just trying to figure out when to stop. I'll start at verse 10. This is Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 10. It says, Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, which that's the allegory for the house of bondage, which I need to bring out personally more, you know, just to bring the point home. You know, this is Exodus chapter 20, verse 2. It says, I am Yahweh thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You know, so America symbolizes slavery because that's what bondage means, you know. So going back to Second Ezra chapter 15, I'm going to start at verse 11. It says, But I will bring them with the mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. So Egypt, or America, is the modern day Egypt, man, because it's known for what? It's known for slavery. And who did they enslave? They enslaved the Israelites, man. Just like ancient Egypt, which was really called Matazarian, you know. And America is following the same footsteps, and it's going to have the same plagues, man. So going back to Amos chapter 4, verse 10, it says, I have sent among you the pestilence. You got all these diseases. You got the swine flu, the bird flu, the coronavirus. You got 30 different strands of flu that they make you get vaccinated for. You know, you got heart disease, hypertension, you got diabetes, you got all these different diseases in your body because those are the plagues and pestilences, whether they be on a large or a small scale, that Yahweh has sent upon this place, man. It says, after the manner of Egypt, your young men have I slain with the sword. Yeah, you got a lot of violence in this land, man, whether it be gang violence or whether it just be over a woman, because that's what the majority of crime, the majority of violence is. It's over a woman, and it's induced by narcotics or alcohol, man. It says, and have taken away your horses, and I have made the stink of your camps to come up onto your nostrils. So what's the equivalent of a horse in today's society? Your cars, man. Soon, just like in 2008, you had a lot of repossessions because of the market crash, man. And people were no longer able to afford to pay for a car, man, pay their car note, pay their house note, you know. And then that, in return, caused people to be homeless, man, be transient. Couldn't go around and take showers because, you know, it was when it's a drought, there's a lack of water. So you're gonna have that stink, you know. You're gonna have that smell. You're even gonna have the smell of death in America, man. You know. It says, "And I have made the stink of your camps to come up onto your nostrils. Yet have you not returned unto me, saith Yahweh. I have overthrown some of you, as the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, and you were as a brand plucked out of the burning. Yet have you not returned unto me, saith Yahweh." Because some people are going to be You're going to be burnt up, man. There's going to be fires all around the world that has already been started way before those thermonuclear missiles hit, man. It's Salaki. This is verse 12. It says, "Therefore, thus will I do unto thee, O Israel, and because I will do this unto thee, prepare to meet thy power, O Israel." So we're in the days in which you're going to meet Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshua, man. You know, because it says, "Prepare to meet thy power." Now, this is from apnews.com. It says, "Cities brace for increasing unrest, call in National Guard." So now they're calling in the troops, man. It says, "Protesters set police cars ablaze, smashed businesses' windows, and skirmished with baton-wielding officers in the streets from Atlanta to Los Angeles as anger over George Floyd's death spread across the country. Authorities were bracing for more violence Saturday, with some calling in the National Guard to beef up overwhelmed forces. In Minneapolis, the city where Floyd died Monday after a white police officer pressed a knee into his neck and kept it there for more than 8 minutes, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz fully mobilized the state's National Guard and promised a massive show of force to help quell unrest that has grown increasingly destructive. Now, this was just a two-third individual. He wasn't involved in the truth. Actually, I guess he was a security guard, and I guess he actually did pornography, man. They have video clips of him filming adult films, man. So I'm not trying to dig and pull up dirt in his past because I hate when people do that. But I'm just saying he wasn't a man of the Lord, man. And I'm gonna just leave it like that because I hate when people pull up dirt in your past and they Salaki, I just did that about him. But I'm just saying he wasn't a man of the Lord, man. You know. But this is all prophetic, man. And I'm gonna go back to Second Ezra chapter 15 because there's a lot of prophecy in there. I'm gonna continue to read though, from where I left off. Verse 11, it says, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasted in hell." And look at it. Look at the farmers, man. And even the farmers use a farmer almanac. If I think that's how you say it, almanac, which helps them with how to grow according to the seasons and constellations and whatnot. You know, but you see the farmers in America, they're being devastated right now, man. Whether it be the drought, whether it be having a overly supply crop, or whether it's the federal government coming in saying that they got to destroy their livestock, man. It says, "And with the fearful constellation," it says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein." And that word woe means destruction. So there's going to be a lot of destruction before there's construction that's going to take place in this world, man. Now, this is what you see going on right now. It says, "For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men." Yeah, sedition, anarchy, doing whatever the hell you want to do, lawlessness. And that's what you read in these articles, man. That's what you see on TV. They say there's no police presence, that they're going to call in the military, this, that, and the third. Well, a lot of Jakes have been waiting for this, man. Especially you even got Judas goats like uh, uh, General Gayhana's group, you know, shooting guns at the gun range. You're gonna have people going up against the military, man. You know, it says, "And invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes." They don't care about civil authority. They don't care about their governor or what they say, their mayor, what they say. And consensus is they damn sure don't care about what Donald Trump says, which that gift is not destroying the heart anymore, man. Even though Donald Trump just handed out stimulus money to the whole nation or whatever, that wasn't gonna do. That was nothing, man. That wasn't gonna put a dent into anybody's bills, man, because everything's going up. We're facing inflation, man, before hyperinflation. It says, "In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." And you just experienced that recently with the whole shelter in place, man. You had, from what I heard, you had people patrolling, the police, the law enforcement patrolling, making sure you're going to a essential job. If you're out past a 10 o'clock curfew, you were getting cited, so you couldn't be able to go to a city that you desired to go into. It says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." And that's gonna come back, man. That's gonna come back, and it's gonna be on steroids because now you're gonna have people doing whatever they want. It's gonna be a civil war. It says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation." Yeah, so if there's martial law, if there's anarchy, there's not going to be farmers putting and loading produce or food on trucks. They're not going to be having truck drivers going to these stores. They're not going to have workers at these stores putting the food on the shelves, man. That's why it says, "Suddenly the full storehouses shall be found empty," man. You know, and all this is supposed to happen. And Yahweh Shah said it was going to happen, man. But these people, they're lost in la la land. It's hard even dealing with them, man. But we only here for the elect. And this is St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. It says, "In this gospel the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come." Yeah, and the doors of mercy are being shut, man. Now the end is coming, and that's why you see all these things happening in these times, man. And it's just gonna get worse, and it's gonna get worse. So with that, I hope at least one brother of the elect was edified, and I'm gonna say shalom.